Right here, on point with the lick. Both them right there, shooting dice. No, they like right here. Bro walked off. Went to the crib, folks. We steady hitting shots and shit. We ain't even know this bro getting shot at or none of this shit, folks. It's 4 in the morning.
Yo, face! Yo, your face, please! With sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, well y'all, it seems like another one bites the dust. I don't know where all this paperwork is suddenly coming from, whether it's the fact that the entertainment industry have found out about the FOIA Act and have been taking advantage, but it seemed like a lot of our public figures, celebrities, or even street guys are now under fire. This is because the information that was once private and only accessible by people within the law now is information that's public for the world to see and for them to obtain it. And it's very simple if you ask me. So a lot of situations that transpired back in the day are now starting to resurface because new information in regards to what happened that we once weren't aware of is now being exposed. For years, Chicago has been looked at as one of the most craziest cities when it comes to violence, as it seemed to get worse by the years. From guys taking each other's lives, to the music that's encouraging the behavior, down to women and kids who are also partaking in it from a young age. As much as we hope it'll get better with guys such as FYB J-Mane trying to push peace, it don't seem to be working, as not everyone is on the same page. Like we stated before, the concept of pushing peace is dope, and hopefully we'll see it a day where everyone is on the same page to accomplish it, but peace only works when everyone agrees to push it. Out the gate, guys have been very clear that they don't care about pushing peace, and although some may say that they are part of the problem, I actually understand where they're coming from. As crazy as that sounds, like I always say, you can't expect someone to embrace someone with open arms who either took the life of their loved ones or trolled them while they were no longer here and they had to grieve. The family and friends had to grieve and watch these guys make music and or videos dissing their loved ones, and unless you know how that feels, you may not have a say. And like I always say, we can't tell people how to react to disrespect in no way, shape, or form. Now on another note, Chicago has been looked at as a no-nonsense city, so hearing that anybody snitched is always surprising, especially someone that was actually involved in the drill culture. With that being said, new paperwork have dropped on G Herbo's own affiliate, NoLimit Kobe, the one you can almost hear G Herbo reference to day in, day out. Kobe and G Herbo were close affiliates and rep the same gang, NLMB, before Kobe's demise back in August of 2013. Now, according to reports, on August 10, 2013, Jacoby Herring, aka Kobe, was shot and unalive on 2413 East 79th Street in Chicago. It said that Kobe was departing from a group after talking. Just minutes later, gunshots would ring out, and many people could be seen running, including 2 dark-skinned men who were identified as the suspect.
What?
So, who you say died right here?
Nah, well, we was right here shooting dice for my nigga Kobe dad. So like 4 in the morning. You know her do that in the rap and that sacrifice shit. We was out here, I'm right here. On point with the lick. Both them right there, shooting dice. No, they like right here. Bro walked off. Went to the crib, folks. We steady hitting shots and shit. We ain't even know this bro getting shot at or none of this. So it's 4 in the morning. You hear me, folks? It's 4 in the morning. I'm steady hearing them. We like, damn, somebody blew down. We steady hearing him. Then I just jump up like, fuck, that's Kobe, boy. All the guys get, we're having to run into the car.
Despite everyone claiming that KTS Vaughn was behind the shooting because they were into it with NLMB heavy at the time, eyewitnesses would state different. According to the incident report, Cedron Doles, aka Black Mob's own Shooter Shells, was pointed out by witnesses during a photo array, and a mysterious tipster also offered him as a suspect. On top of all that, Shooter Shells was then arrested shortly after, and after ballistic reports, it would prove that the weapon he had in his possession during the arrest was the same weapon used to shoot No Limit Kobe. However, Shooter Shells was still released, which has been a mystery to many people to this day because he was literally caught red-handed with the weapon, pointed out by witnesses, and had a tipster against him. So either CPD really don't care that much, or they were releasing him knowing that he had something to do with it in hopes of catching him on a bigger case. Who knows? But some say that Chicago is literally the only city you can get caught red-handed in and still get away. Now, despite Shooter Shells losing his life in one of the most gruesomest ways that the drill culture have ever seen in 2019, the case is still open. Many believe it is because Shooter Shells didn't act alone, and one other suspect is still alive and free. Now, for the sake of the case still being open, I'm not going to mention the other guy, but a simple research on social media will pinpoint what's going on, so I'll leave that up to y'all. Now, when it comes to this new paperwork that have came out, it's still concerning Kobe, only this time it's involving a shooting that happened to him prior to the one that costed him his life. In this one, he was struck multiple times as well, but he survived. Many believe after reading the paperwork that Kobe tried to take the Mad Max approach, who is another No Limit member who was caught on camera cooperating with law enforcement after being shot and laying in the hospital. Now, maybe when you're in that position and you realize that you may not even live to see the next day, maybe all the street reputation and caring about people finding out you cooperated goes out the window. Maybe all the street codes and laws are no longer cared about because you feel that you're about to leave this world. Not to mention, you also have family members that's in your ear telling you to just cooperate with police to get justice. Some may say it's smart, while others may say no matter what happens to you, you never, ever, ever cooperate with the police. That's if you live in the street life. I'll leave that up to y'all, and y'all let us know in the comments, how do y'all feel about this? Do you feel it's okay to cooperate if you're about to lose your life, or should you stick to the street code no matter what? Let us know in the comments, but in the new paperwork surfacing around about Kobe, it'll state, quote, Jacoby related that after purchasing some food, Blank walked out the restaurant and that he followed them out. Jacoby related that immediately after he Blank walked out to the sidewalk, Jacoby heard 5 or 6 gunshots from the alley at or about Blank, Essex. Jacoby stated that one of the gunshots he heard struck him in the left lower chest. Jacoby related that upon realizing he was shot, Jacoby ran back into the Smokehouse restaurant and had the clerk call 911 for the police and paramedics. Jacoby related that he is currently a student at CPS South Shore High School and not in any gang. Jacoby did state that the area he hangs in and most of Blank, Jacoby believes that the shooters may have been Lakefront area gangster disciples because the Lakefront area GDs are always shooting at people in that area. Sheesh. Now here's the thing, y'all. I think Kobe was anywhere between 21 or 20 at the time of his shooting, but I do know that a lot of these guys were very, very young during the early drill era. We may have looked at them as older because that's how they appeared, but in reality, a lot of them were very, very young and every bit of 16, 17, and 18, sometimes younger. Now, it may sound like an excuse, but I've been around long enough to know that guys those ages may act like they're so down until things hit the fan. Not saying all, but majority. So in the heat of the moment when you don't know if you're about to lose your life or not as a kid, who knows what you would say or do. Not saying it's right, I'm just saying it's reality. At the age of his demise, Kobe was 21. Although he should have known better, 21 is still like kind of young to me, even though you're considered an adult, but in a sense, it's still young. So yeah, he still shouldn't have said anything, but it's just reality, man. Now there's also people that don't see where he snitched in the paperwork, where one user underneath the post of Chirac Killer Noise would state, quote, where he snitch at? And if he did, what are we going to do with this information, bro? He died a decade ago, and this is almost 20 years old. Just clock in, bro. You just post an inch. Now, these days, snitching is perceived in many different ways. Back in the days, if you ever volunteered any information to the police whatsoever, then you snitched. You supposed to say, I want a lawyer to speak on my behalf, and if not, I can't speak, exercising your rights. But these days, even if you say something incriminating to the police, people will say things like, yeah, I said this and that, but did anybody get locked up over what I said? Right? Or depending on who's being accused of telling, people choose to be biased. So I don't know, y'all. But to be honest, personally, if you ask me, definitely did bad. Once you point fingers in anybody's direction concerning a crime to the police, that's a no-no. It just is what it is. Even if he said it was the GDs, that'd still be a little crazy, but that's a blanket statement because it's a bunch of GDs in Chicago as well as BDs. He specified which group of GDs it was. See what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Kobe isn't the first and he won't be the last. And it's interesting enough that in that comment, the user said, what are we gonna do with this information? Well, the same thing you would do with it if you heard that he's shotting on the live somebody else himself, right? Yes, it's old, but to me, hopefully this shows the youth coming up that the streets aren't the way to go and some of these guys may not be who they think they are. Reason being, the streets are glorified 24/7 more than enough already, where these kids are every bit of 12, 13 years old and already getting weapons and rapping about ops. How you even got ops at 13 and 14 is crazy to me, right? So if we can discourage some of the youngins and let them know that the streets ain't the way, then so be it. But y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Rest in peace, Kobe. Y'all let us know if y'all feel he cooperated or not. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.